sitting here thinking, today is the first day of school for a lot of kids. A lot of kids going back to school today. And, sometimes, you like, I'm glad to be out of school. Some people glad to be out of school, but, you know, some people wish they were still in school, wish they still could kind of go back to their childhood. They really miss their childhood or whatever. I miss my childhood because I miss my grandparents and everybody or whatever, but I do not miss elementary school. High school was fun. Oh, when I got to high school, that's when I think my life started. Elementary school, first grade was cool, second grade was cool, third grade, fourth grade was cool. I don't know, I did not like the fifth grade. I'd be having, I think ADHD started for me in the fifth grade, Tan. I think I had ADHD in the fifth grade. And see, back then, it really wasn't no medicine for it. The only reason they gave you medicine for ADHD back then, back in the late 70s, early 80s, you had to be like can't be still, like have to get a shot or something. Like you was a real, like old people say, he's hyper. That's what old people say, he hyper. He can't be still. He hyper. So if you was hyper, they'll have their, you get a pill from your mama or your grandmama every morning because he hyper. That's what old people used to say back then. But good morning, Ashley. My first fifth grade year was just awful. And I remember being, because I was going to North Roebuck at the time, and it was just awful. I had a good teacher, but I just wasn't the school type. And my teacher name was Pedro. So I got suspended in the sixth grade for grabbing my teacher breasts. I missed them days. I'm sure you did get suspended if you grabbed some. Nobody thought about grabbing no titties in the sixth grade, Pedro. Golly, you must have been bad. I never would have thought about doing that. But I'm gonna tell y'all about the second fifth grade was fine, but my first fifth grade year, I was at North Roebuck with Mr. Evans. And I remember, first of all, we had to ride the bus to school, and they didn't have the cheese wagon. Everybody that went to North Roebuck and Smith Middle School, and high school, they used the city transit. We was going to school in the same kind of bus that Rosa Parks refused to give us a seat up on. If you think I'm lying, you can ask Yancey Dow. You can ask Carrie Stevenson. Everybody, Kelly Hardy, Tawana Stevenson, Michael, everybody, Carla Lewis, everybody that it was the same damn bus that Rosa Parks refused to give us a seat up. That was before they came out with the new buses. They was using the city buses as school buses. All right, you can ask Rolanda Hollis and Joshanetta, Pee Wee, Anthony Merchant, Ernest Madison, Booby, everybody. Y'all know that we had to ride. And Toya, Lily, we used to go through your neighborhood. That was part of our route because we would come on that little back road, pick out them kids in front of Miss Snow in them house, whatever, Buddy in them house, and then get on that little road to go up there by the old Bishop Lowe old church, up that little road, and then on down the parkway to drop us off in the back of North Roebuck. Then they would drop us off at 7:30. School didn't start until 8 o'clock. So now you outside freaking freezing on the playground. They wouldn't even let your ass into school. So you out there on the playground freezing, waiting for the bell to ring for them to open up the doors to let you into school. They didn't let you in there until about 5 minutes to 7. Real talk. Fifth grade was horrible. And God forbid, every other day a fight broke out on the playground before school. When you get suspended, you just either fight or you get your ass whooped or if you get caught fighting, you might get suspended or whatever. With no teachers out there, you just out there on the school property at 7:30. If y'all think I'm lying, you can ask Yancey Dow and all of them. You throwing the football, if you had a basketball, but it's 40 degrees outside. They did not let your ass in the school until 5 minutes to 8. Then we get into school. And I remember being in Mr. Evans' class. Tommy Evans had a black man was my teacher. Then we go in school at 8 o'clock. We did 3 subjects. We didn't eat lunch till 11:30. So if you just had some cereal or you didn't eat breakfast, your ass was hungry, right? So you got 8, 9, 10, 11, 11:30, 3.5 hours before we went to lunch. I'll never forget it. Because I remember sitting there looking at that damn clock. Mr. Evans hold up a math book, we do math. He hold up an English book, we do English. He hold up a history book or spelling, well, he do history and after whatever. Or whatever, you do 3 subjects or a test. And it was just boring. Them white ass lights, them long ass halogen lights or whatever, and you just in a classroom and just like God, I would like, God, kill me. Just kill me sitting in that class for a whole year, 3.5 hours or whatever. And then special ed used to go to lunch between 8:30 and 9, right? Because they got out of school at 12. And I ain't talking about like the learning disability, but the special ed where they had a particular bus that they would ride. Now, they all going down the hall, going to the lunchroom, and then the lunchroom doors open, and you can smell the dinner rolls in the classroom. Now your ass sitting up there hungry as hell, and you better not have no cookies or no chips or nothing that you trying to sneak and eat because the teacher could smell everything and know where the damn food coming from. That was just terrible. And then we go to lunch at 11:30. So you go to lunch at 11:30. Get out of lunch at 12. You go to PE from 12 to 12:30. And from 12:30 to 2:30, you still got 2 more hours in that bitch. 2 more hours. And then you go get on the damn bus, the city transit, and ride home. And you had to sit your ass in the front of the bus by the driver. You don't sit in the back of the bus because that's for the 8th graders. Because if you sit in the back of the bus, your ass better be tough or you going to get to fighting with somebody or a Donald deal or somebody going to thump the back of your head and mess with you. So you got your ass on that bus and you stay quiet or whatever and stay still or whatever because you just didn't want to be a target. And that's real talk. I do not miss school. Now, my second, 5th grade year, I had went over to Duper School. I had moved back to my other grandmama in Kingstown, my second, 5th grade. But that first 5th grade year was just freaking horrible. It was the worst school year ever. I still have nightmares and counseling about my first 5th grade year. It was awful. But my second 5th grade year, I did good or whatever. Then we went to the 6th grade. So then we got to the 6th grade. They had 2 6th grade classes, Miss Avery and Miss McNeil. So most of the kids in Miss McNeil class, mom and daddy were still together. Miss Avery had the 6th grade class with low test scores and single parent. That was us. You know what I'm saying? ADHD, borderline special class kids that don't want to do their work. So that was me, Roosevelt Powell, Fred Bendy. They put all us in Miss Avery class. Whew. I'm saying that because, yeah, Remus, we know you was in Miss McNeil class. Yeah, you had to be able to your mom, yeah, Remus, because we know your mom and daddy was together if you was in, but if you was in Miss Avery class, your ass either couldn't read, and we had 3 reading groups, reading group number 1, reading group number 2, and I was in reading group number 2. I don't know how the hell I end up with a radio show. I got to read commercial, but thank God for reading group number 2 or whatever. But reading group number 1, that was like the smart the smart kids was in reading group number one. That was Cassandra Taylor and LaTanya Robinson. Most of the girls was in reading group number one. But all of the boys, most of the boys was in reading group number 2 or 3 because they were trying to get our scores up for the California Achievement Test. That was before the SAT, and the SAT, we had to take the California Achievement Test to see how smart we was. But then we went on up to the 7th grade, and I was behind. So I didn't have an 8th grade year. I never really talked about this because everybody was like, you behind. We getting ready to go to high school. We going to Hayes. You behind, you ain't going to high school. I had something for their ass though. They had a program called High School Ahead. That's right, High School Ahead. That means if your ass was 14 or 15 and you was in the 7th grade, you went to summer school, and summer school was your 8th grade year. Boy, when I walked to Hayes High School, boy, I got to high school, they were like, how the hell, you was in the 7th grade, how the hell did you get to high school? I said, I told y'all I was smart, and I told y'all that my birthday came late. When your birthday? August. It was early late. So shout out to all the kids that got to suffer. Shout out to all the kids that's got to suffer sitting in a damn class all day. I just couldn't do it with this damn ADHD and no medicine. Whew. I got more. If y'all want shut up, Tan, all that stuff. What the hell y'all laughing at? What y'all laughing at? The reading group? How I got the or y'all laughing at High School Ahead? Yeah, I had to catch the bus from 10th Avenue, right in front of Kingston, and go downtown. I did a whole summer at Powell Elementary School. I would get off at Phillips High School and walk down to Powell, and that was my 8th grade year. And there was a bunch of niggas in there that was 15, 16 years old, still in the 7th grade, and they trying to prep them for high school. So, but Miss Hanks told my mama she was disappointed because she wanted to work with me one more year because I wasn't mature enough to go to high school, and I wasn't. I wasn't ready for high school. I'm not mature to why, because I was just silly and just stupid. But I met all my Fred and all y'all. When I got to high school, y'all was shocked. They were like, how you was in the 7th grade? I said, I'm smart, bro. I just don't do my work. But I told y'all I was smart. That's right. So I just want to share that story with y'all. For all the kids that's still suffering with them terrible, that damn 5th grade and 4th grade was just a long day for anybody that had ADHD. And I'll come back with my with some 9th grade and 10th grade stories, but that pretty much sums up my elementary school story. Look at Fred on here. Hey, Fred, what reading group you was in? Because I think me and you and Ro was in the same reading group. But all the girls was in reading group number 1, Fred, but I know me, you, and Ro was either in reading group number 2 or 3. Now look, I couldn't do, when I do my other school story, I'm gonna talk about math. I could not do math at all. Remind me to tell y'all about my math class and how I dealt with how I made it through the Birmingham public school system without being able to accomplish math. English and history, I was really good at. And for some reason, biology made sense, science made sense. I could not do math. And whoever said on here talking about I did not ride no damn short bus, you a lie. I rode the regular bus and ride the short bus. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Have a blessed morning.